Hi, beautiful community. How are you guys? Lovely to be back for a new episode. I wanted to start this episode by thanking you because I had a great return feedback from the live human design reading that I've done last week on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram, feel free to. And yeah, it was really great to chat with Sarina and to show you what you can get in a human design reading with me, but also to share question at the end. So I will do it again for sure. Maybe some will be in French too. And I was also thinking to do it on Facebook and maybe YouTube, or just alternate depending of the energy of the day. So if you are keen to join me for your live reading, so basically it's a pre-test of what you can get in a session with me, and it's fun, really. So yeah, feel free to follow me on social media and / YouTube. And you can have your own 20 minutes free reading online. So yeah, we'd love to have you there. Today, I would like to talk about environment and how you can find your unique place, the one who opened up all the possibility for you and who allowed you to attract and attract what you need in life. So in human design, the environment is your north node and south node on your design side. So first, the environment is part of the four transformational arrows. So they are the little arrows at the top of your chart. And the environment one is the one who is on the left, and it's the bottom left side. So if you don't have your chart yet, feel free to DM me or just to go in the link of this episode, and you can have it for free. You can find it online too, but I have a paid software, so I just have a bit more information that you will find online. Like, up to you. Are you still with me? Or if you don't have your environment yet, if you don't know it, pause and find it on your chart and go back to the episode. So the environment, your environment, is your unique place. And it's not just about the location, it's environmental. Never can say it properly, sorry, has a location. So it can be anywhere on the planet. It's not about that, but also all at the same place, And it's really about finding the place who is correct for you, but where also you got to find effectiveness. And because we all have an environment that nurture us and that nurture our effectiveness to be who we are really deeply and to meet our own purpose and to navigate successfully basically in our life. But it's also here to actually nurture our well-being, and it's really a place where you can heal too. So it's really important for you to know your human design environment. And when you live in the correct environment, you always going to live in a place of less resistance. And who say less resistance says increasing your quality of life, of course, and just life. So yeah, it's really important to know that. And sometimes in life when you meet so much resistance, ask yourself, am I in the right environment for myself? Is it the right place for me? Usually it's not. You meet a lot of resistance anyway. So we all have our unique environment, and it's really the one who can eliminate all the negativity in our life and open up all the possibilities. So it's really a place that you need to be when you're sick, for example. It's going to help you to heal because it's re-energize you, and it's going to really help you to support your well-being, basically. So for your kids, of course, it's great if you can straight away find their environment and put them in the right environment for them. But not everyone has a chance to be born in the environment who is meant for them straight away when you are born. And basically, especially in a family like you are born in a family, maybe in the environment that your mom or your dad or whatever it is very comfortable with, and who match with their design, but not necessarily for the kids. And even if knowing the design environment of your child is going to really nurture him or her, especially if they are sick, it's really important for your children to find their environment, in their late 20s, 30s, basically after their Saturn return. That it's where they are, if they have been support with their own design and they are already correct enough with their design, they will be sensitive enough to be able to resonate with the environment who are good or not for them. So don't worry if your child is not in the perfect environment right now. It can help them massively, of course, but it will be really more important after their Saturn return, basically. So you understand that the environment is really something who is deeply beneficial. And there is 12 environments. So we talk about colors. So there is 6 colors. The first one is cave, second market, kitchen, mountain, valley, and shore. And each one has 2 variants, depending if you have a right or left arrow. I will go back to that a bit later. So the lower colors are for the one cave, selective or blending, for the second market, internal or external, for the third one, kitchen, wet or dry. Those lower colors are conditioned. It's called the hardscape, and it's means that they are artificially created environment. It's not natural environment. We could say like man-made. It's a byproduct of human activity, basically. It doesn't mean that the person who is hardscape will not enjoy being into nature, of course, but it has to be a bit more specific for them. And then we have the upper colors called the landscape. And here we are not about condition, we are about circumstances. So the fourth one is mountain, active or passive. The fifth one is valley, nervous or calm. Wild or narrow. And the sixth one, the shore, are natural or artificial. So those landscapes are not just a place, they are an environmental space. And it's about to be a bit more open environment. So it's not, the cliche of living under the tree either, but it's a bit more transpersonal. So I'm gonna do this podcast in 2 episodes, probably, because I don't want it to last too long, and there is a lot to say. So in this episode, I will start with the lower colors, and I will do another episode with the upper colors. But let's see how it goes. So I was talking to you quickly about the left or the right arrow, because that's going to affect massively your environment too. So, in human design, it's really what we can see in the session. It's really looking for all the elements, all putting together, and not just individual information. Because when you have a left arrow, you are going to be more observed in your environment. So it's basically the other who are watching you. And if you are in the right environment with the left arrow, you are observed, and the other one are looking at you. And you're going to need a bit more of stable environment with more consistency and structure. So that will be important for you. I can go much deeper into that. It's what we see in the session. But if you have a right arrow, you are the observer, and you are more malleable in your environment. Like you are more comfortable in a flowy environment where you can feel creative and inspired and follow your intuition and change things, change your environment often. For example, I have this right arrow, and I love to work from home, but I love to go to work in a cafe. I change cafe. Sometimes I have to wait in town, and I walk in my car. Like I like to change my environment, how it goes. So depending of your arrows, that gonna affect your color, your environment. So we're gonna dive in all those environments, and I'm gonna share for each one practical example for each environment, for you to know how to recognize your environment and how to thrive into it, basically. So the first color, environment, cave. Basically, it represents the basic need of security. So if you have this environment, you or your kids need to feel secure. And that match the first line profile. If you don't know what I'm talking about profile, you can go back to the episode about the profile. But basically, the first line are always insecure if they are not aligned to their design, of course. So they are looking for a way to be secure, to look for the foundation that they need, because the first line represents like the basic fears. And it's something very primary, like animal. So it's the cave. It cannot be better than that. And the first thing, if you have this environment, it's to make sure that when you are in your cave, which doesn't mean literally a cave, but we agree on that, because basically it can be a real cave if you like, your choice, but it can be a room, your bedroom, your car, your office. It can mean anything really. So the first thing to recognize is to feel secure in your environment is to have one entrance. That's gonna make you secure. It's like having a guarded entrance, you know, or a door who can be closed, where you can defend your uh, your room, your office, whatever you are into. So it's very prehistorical. Um, and so, yeah, there is something to understand here, because if you have an office, for example, who have only one door leading in and out, that's your perfect environment. But if you are in an office slash a bedroom who has two doors, you are going to feel uncomfortable. So is it the same for your kids, actually, you know? If there is in their bedroom uh, a door, an entrance door, but also a door who goes to a bathroom or to another room, your child can be more afraid at night, and then feel really insecure. So of course, all that, it's also something to take in consideration with the dream wave. I don't think I've talked about it yet. But yeah, no, I don't think so. But when you are asleep, you have a totally different chart, like uh, a vertical chart, not a horizontal chart, not a vertical one, sorry. And the centers are not the same, and the meaning of the gates are not the same either. If you're interested to have your sleeping chart, I'm happy to send it to you if you ask, of course. And you have a different type during your sleeping. For example, my daughter is a reflector during the day, when she during the night, when during the day she's a manifestor generator, and I'm a generator at night when I'm a manifestor generator during the day. So yeah, it's totally different things, and she has one of the gate who make us wake up at night suddenly and fall asleep again, and I can saw her. And it's if I sleep with her, it's totally conditioned me, and that's gonna happen because I don't have this gate. So yeah, I don't want to go into deep right now about that. I will maybe one day have a special episode about it, but we can totally go through your sleeping chart together. Anyway, so if there is several doors in your child bedroom, let the light on during the night for them. It will be reassuring for them. And you know, for your child, it can be like, you are the mom, and you say, oh, I let the door open for you. And the child who has a cave around, it's like, no, close the door, please. It's how I'm gonna feel secure. So yeah, it's totally different depending of your environment. So you understand, having a secure environment, it's gonna make you and your child really better. And you know, it's not about where you sleep. It's also where you are. Where you're going to be more healthy, where you're going to have success, where you are going to function best. So the most important part of your life, aspect of your life, need to take place inside a secure environment, secure cave, your cave. And yeah, for example, like for your children, you don't send them in the summer camp where everything is open and to the outside where there is so much space. Like the cave, is not gonna cave child is not gonna like it. He need his room and his environment. Um, and also, when you are born with the first color as a child, like you don't spend a lot of time in crowded group environments, so that it's more important. Yeah. So as I was saying, the cave is not just about a room. It can be totally your car, you know, because first color really like a closed environment. I did a reading recently to one of my clients, and she has a 4-line profile, which is very social and network, and she also has a cave environment, and she was sharing how much she need to retreat from her social environment for going in a road trip in a car because she is feeling safe into it. So if you're a cave person and you have a problem, go for a drive. You will feel secure, and yeah, you maybe will find the answer to your problem you are looking for, or the solution you are looking for, basically. Uh, of course, it doesn't mean that you are meant to stay in your cave all day long, of course, but you're gonna need this safe place, and it's gonna be really beneficial for your life. So you, depending of your arrow, it's on the right or on the left. If it's on the left, you are going to be more selective, and then it's going to be more, like private, and choose who is accessing your environment. Or if you are on the right side, you are going to be blending, so it's more relaxed environment, where you can have multiple entrants, but or it's going to be a bit more people. So basically, the example is if there is only, if you are selective, you are on the road driving your car in your safe environment, and then there is a hitchhiker and he's alone, you take it, him, her. If you are blending, you're not going to take only one. But if there is 2 or 3 people hitchhiking, maybe you're going to stop. This is this kind of thing. This is for the first color. So let's go into the second one, which is market. So when we move to the second color, we are looking at something who is much more social. I always do the comparison with the profile, the line, and the second line is the hermit with natural talent. So it's up to be called out, and it's really related to the other. So for the market environment, it's really about finding the right place, the right restaurant, the right location, who connect you to the other to be more successful. And you have to wait for the call, basically, and to be open to something, because the markets really represent the option. So the worst thing for a market person will be, to have only one thing on the menu. They lack choices, and especially being in public places is going to be really important for them. They like to bond with others, and yeah, my daughter, she's a market environment, and she is so lit up when she's surrounded by a lot of people, and she has option, and yeah, it's fascinating to see her. Look, she arrived in the place, and we call her Sherry McClary. So she's like scanning what's happening, where she can go, what she can do, what she can play with, and then actually she's so excited and happy. It's like fascinating to see that each time. And yeah, I think I already gave this example, but when she's sick, I bring her to the supermarket, or where there is more big crowds, because it's how it's gonna heal her, actually. Recently, her grandmother went there, and she is also market environment. She was sick, and I was pushing her to go to town to feel better. And she was like, "What are you talking about?" But yeah, it does work. So market, it's really about uh, abundance, and the plenty of all those options, and to be where the things are happening to communities or an area where there is a lot going on. It's really um, what they need. It doesn't have to be a big city, but it's basically a man-made environment. So it's the urban life. Uh, One of my clients, she always dreamt to live in more in the countryside, and she loved going to nature, but she lives in town and she needs it. And uh, she reckoned that uh, even if she likes to go for a walk in the nature all the time, she has also other things in her chart for that. But she needs to live in town, and it's actually where she does money. Has a entrepreneur, so yeah, it's really healthy and abundance for her to be there in a material sense, material plane. So if you are a market person, you are living away from the density, you are not going to be really doing very well. The arrows, depending left or right, if you are internal, you are really going to be energized by your environment. If you maybe work from home in an office, or online, where you invite people in your world, people come to you. And if you are more external, it's going to be more relaxed, and you go outside, and you choose what you need. So it's a little bit different. And then the third line, it's not third line, third color, sorry. It's the kitchen. So the kitchen is about industry and manufacturing. So it can be all of kind of thing, basically. But it's an environment where there is transformation, and where the hot meet the cold, and the melting meet the freezing, and it's a lot of experimentation, like we could do in a kitchen. Of course, it's not just a kitchen, like in the cooking term of way. Of course, it can be too, but it's where there is a great cooking pot, of creativity. So it's really being able to find an environment where things are cooking, things are happening, and are mutated, and shaped, mold, transformed. uh, so it can be, in the laboratory, where you destructure things, uh, and it's yeah, I have a client who has a kitchen environment, and he's basically having a handmade kitchen in the where he's cultivating different growth and sprouts, basically. And it have to be in the city too for those people. We are still at the lower level. So if you are not a kitchen person, like working in a factory will be like probably killing you. And I'm serious. Um, so yeah, it's quite interesting, because yeah, I didn't talk about it, but there is a transference. So people who are kitchen always are going to look for the shore, thinking that is better for them. Uh, but it's not. They are attracted to that, but they are still uh, to be in the kitchen, their kitchen that they create. Um, so they are really gonna be the right person and attract the right thing and having a really wealthy life because it's a material plan for them if they do things in their kitchen. Uh, so the more you are aligned with your environment, the more all the possibilities are going to be able to come to you. That's super, super important. And if you have a child who is kitchen environment, uh, basically keep them busy in the kitchen. Like we always say that in a party, the great thing happened in the kitchen for those people. It definitely are. So keep your child in the kitchen. If they are sick, make them transform thing and cook thing, make bread, whatever you want. It's really uh, gonna have them. Depending if your arrow is right or left, you can be a wet environment or a dry environment. So if you are a wet environment, it's more humid climate. If you are dry, it's with a lower humidity, of course. It doesn't mean that you need to live in the desert. Yeah, like, Sahara thing. Um, um, but yeah, it's really something that you need to check. So I'm going to stop there for this first part episode. I don't want the episode is too long. Uh, so uh, don't forget to listen the second part. But if you want that I help you to understand your environment according to your own design, because I was saying it's not just pieces by pieces, it's all design to understand, and it's what I am here for. And we can create and find the perfect environment for you and your kids and your partner, because in a family, different people has different needs and environment, of course. So we can look at your family dynamic and how you can find a solution and practical little change sometimes to thrive in your own family as a member, but also in your life and bring the success that you want. So if you want to book a session with me, you can book on my website or in the link of the show notes. So the reading are a one-on-one or a family reading. And you can all come to the reading, of course. Most of the time, it's only one of the person, but why not? It's yeah, I had a few times actually, yeah, the whole family, so that's quite interesting. Um, but it's how the dynamic works in it. And remember also that I'm offering the blueprint, so the inner blueprint for yourself as your inner child, but also for your children. And then it's a audio format recording that you can hear directly. So it's me in your pocket and in your ears, basically. So that's it for today. Join me for the next episode. I hope you enjoy it. I did. And you create a beautiful day. Talk to you soon. Bye.